What is going on, guys? Welcome back. We're here on the water today, and you're probably looking between my legs and like, what is that thing? Whoa, I need to re-say that.
Larry catches the biggest bass.
On the jig, caught another one. Boom. You're probably looking at my lure, my rod, my combo in between my legs, and you're like, wow. Look at the size of that. So this here is an Alabama rig. I'm sure a lot of you probably have seen them, heard of them. Maybe even a few of you have fished them. Maybe with some luck, maybe with no luck. I, once upon a time, caught a personal best on a good old Alabama rig.
Flashback.
All right, McDonald's. I've eaten 20 nuggets in the past 3 hours. And I'm about to stand up and catch a fish. So watch this.
Really? Shut. Yeah.
Oh, there's one. Oh, that's a good one.
All right, look at it. Big one.
Oh, no, you got him. Yes. Oh, that's my PB, dude. That's my PB. That's my PB, dude.
Bro, I got him in the net when he took off.
Bro, dude, oh my God.
Dude, that was my ball. I got let's go.
Dude, how my heart dropped. Oh my goodness, dude. Oh my God, that's my PB, dude. 110% that's a PB.
Bro.
On an A-rig. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Look at that mouth.
Trophy bass fishing with A-rig.
Trophy bass fishing. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm shaking, but I'm not shaking. So I'm about to see if this is my PB or not. It looks like it could be. My PB is 5'7".
Bro, you ready for this?
What is it?
6 pounds, 4 ounces.
6'4" new PB. Let's go, baby.
Some of y'all might be like, man, you're probably a little early on the Alabama rig. And yeah, you might be right. I might be about a month and a half early on it, but maybe just a month early. But I went to local tackle shop a couple days ago, bought some heads and a couple new Alabama rigs, put together a couple boxes of Alabama rigs, or a box like full of, you know, super glue and swim baits and whatnot, all the Alabama rig stuff. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna come out here today and I'm gonna throw an Alabama rig. All right, so the gear that we're throwing this on, this is 20 pound, or I hope it's 20 pound, it might be 17 honestly, but probably should be on 20 pound fluoro. We got a 7.6 heavy rod, Abu Garcia Veritas, and then we have a Revo Beast in the 5:8:1. So slow gear ratio. Really gives the fish time to get a good look at it. With bigger baits, I've learned the hard way a few times that you don't want to overhand cast them, because I've broken a couple of rods, if I'm being honest with y'all. Overhand casting swim baits or bigger baits. I'm just going with like a good retrieving it fast, giving it a pause, fluttering it up, letting it fall down, just making it look like a good old group of bait fish. Easy meal for the real largemouth bass. So plan is we're gonna go down this bank and come back up through this one. Then we're probably gonna hit a couple of the back of pockets, just because I've seen, and y'all have seen the past couple of times that we've been out here, like even in that tournament video, I didn't catch any fish all day, and I think that was kind of like the start of the fall, because it went from, shoot, you could cast anywhere in the lake, and like 1 in every 20 casts you were gonna get bit, but I probably went 1 in every 100 casts of even getting a nibble of like even a bluegill. So definitely safe to say there's more bass, the bass are kind of just more in like concentrated areas, because when I did find them, I caught 3 pounders back to back to back to back. So all right, so what I want to use today for is trying a few different techniques. Like I've caught fish on worms, I've caught fish on crankbaits out here. Those two kind of died off. I'm sure we could probably still do the worm, but as far as the crankbait, I don't know. That might be a little difficult. Sure, jerkbait might take us a minute to find some fish, but we could probably make that happen. But what I want to do today, I want to try a couple of new techniques, some stuff I've done before in other places, but I've never tried out here, and possibly could be a lot of fun. So right back there, we went through a whole bunch of what I guess are crappie on the fish finder. But this lake is one of those, like, don't even touch the fish for too long out of it lake. So I would love to come out here and catch a limited crappie, which, I mean, they're all stacked up on some of those trees back there. But there's also what I know for sure are bass mixed in with them. So maybe that A-rig was a little bit too big of a profile. We're gonna try something different. We're gonna throw a willow vibe, which is kind of like it's a bladed head with a little Berkeley grub. Try that out. I've done it before and it worked really, really well for me. But I was throwing it into like schooling fish, and I mean, they were tearing it up. When I say tearing it up, I mean tearing it up is probably not even the proper terminology to use. They saw it and just, it was a lot of fun. Let's see, do we go watermelon or do we go bluegill flash? I kind of like bluegill flash. So we're gonna rig it sideways like this instead of the other way, because when you think about like the way a bluegill's tail swims, it would swim more this way than like cross style. There we go. Our first one. Not a big one. Oh, it came off. Oh well, I'll take it. Finally, first one on the jerkbait. Not a big one. I feel like that might be the exact same fish I caught the first time I came back in here, because I mean, he was the exact same size. All right, kind of had to go a little bit farther out of reach back here in this pocket, because I guess a lot of people probably just fished that first stretch. I came back. I've actually never been to this part of the lake, and I did not even know it went this far back in here. Like, this is pristine Alabama. You got every color of fall that you could possibly imagine. You got your beautiful red right here, your green, your orange. I like the way this looks. And then hopefully it's untouched. Hopefully nobody's fished here all year. All right, guys, I don't know if my camera was on. We just caught one on the jig. Caught another one. Boom. Oh my gosh. We've been at it for 2 hours. We just doubled up on the jig off of this little corner right here on this tree. I was saying on the last catch, the last one was a 2-pounder. I came to the consensus. I thought I had y'all's help with telling me that it was a 2-pounder. The last one was a little bit bigger than this one, but man, there's our second fish on the jig. I was telling y'all that something that y'all already know. Y'all always tell me to throw the jig, and you're like, Larry, throw the jig, throw the jig. And every time I pick one up, I'm like, yeah, I always know it's a good lure. Whenever I throw it, good things happen, but I never think to throw it. Or like when I'd rather throw like a weightless worm than throw this. But today, all these fish have been sitting like on the bottom, so it just kind of made sense. Like, what's the lure that you can throw that I have like good control over where it's going and what it's doing. Gosh, I can't believe my camera wasn't on for that first one. I had a whole spill about the jig. Like the bite, I watched my line swim. He did a cool backflip. Netted him. See, there's another one. All right, just had another one hold on to the jig. I was saying, I wonder if I could flip an A-rig back in there. I wonder if that's... that would be a bad idea. I know it's not a good idea, but how bad of an idea is it? And it's crazy. We're probably 500 yards back in the back of a creek, and then we're another 100 yards in the back of like another creek in the creek. So we finally got our first bite. Oh, that's a good whatever that is. That might be a turtle or something, or catfish. Because that pull it just gave, it really didn't feel like a bass. Unless it was like, unless I'm hung up on line. All right, watch this. This is a long shot right here. Probably gonna have to go over there and get it, but let's try it. Oh, didn't work. Oh, broke it all. Let's go. We got some wind and a lot of wood and whatnot back here, so like it makes sense to throw a spinnerbait, try to get a bigger bite than like the one that we hooked up on earlier on the jerkbait. Guys, I didn't want to waste your time with a whole bunch of just casting into the abyss, but I've thrown everything that I can really think to throw. We tied up a shaky head, threw it a little bit. We've thrown the A-rig. I just picked the jerkbait back up. We're gonna try it some more. Everything that I have seen on the fish finder has been like on the bottom, so. Like I might have seen maybe 3 bass suspended today. And by suspended, I mean they're sitting like 2 foot, 3 foot off the bottom. So we're gonna fish this jerkbait around. We've thrown a jig, shaky head, the little willow bob and Ned rig, the A-rig. I just did the A-rig a little bit, no luck on it, but I just think we haven't found like a good. I've seen a whole bunch of fish. I just don't think they're like willing to eat. And I've hit a few of them. Like when I was on the shaky head earlier, I know for a fact I was like running over fish. But I feel like, oh, there we go. Hey, on the jerkbait. Come here. Where's the net? Dude, I feel like this fish has not fought one time. Get him. Come here. That is so weird. That is so weird. Dude, I have not caught a single fish all day today. I could just be fishing highly like pressured water. I just now got to like a part of the lake that's a little bit, I don't want to say it's hard to get to, but it's kind of back out of the way. Man, that's weird. And I mean, this fish never even fought. It's like I don't want to say he's not alive, but it's almost like he wasn't even alive. There's fish number 3 of the day. That one came on the stunner. As I was talking about how tough it's been on me today, finally got one to commit to the stunner. There we go. Stunner fish. Boom. Thanks, dude. That was weird. He must have been caught before. He's like, normally they don't keep us. Smartest thing for you to do is just go limp and let it happen. I mean, that fish never gave a head shake or nothing. He just ate it and like paralyzed. So yeah, it's crazy how a good 1.5 pound will just change your whole mood around. Now I'll tell you that the fishing's been great today. Fishing's been great. Haven't caught but 3 in 6 hours of being out here, but in my defense, I am trying to switch it up a little bit. I'm trying not to throw like the red frit side and whatnot. Trying to find a few more baits, because you never know. You never know. One thing I wish I would have done for you guys with the kayak, just my personal preference, I really wish I would have got the double header mount. So instead of just the regular like roto grip, I wish I would have got the one with the 2 on it, just for the simple fact the net kind of sticks out with the side of the kayak a little bit, so I still have room to, you know, grab my fish finder and move it if I need to, and I don't have to like fumble with the net. Or if I need to grab my paddle, I don't have to fumble with the net for that either. And I feel like that fish catch really kind of sums up on like how today's been going. Just because after all the time I was spent out here and that fish like doesn't fight or anything, it's almost like that was just God giving me one. Like, thank you, Lord. He's like, I see you out here trying. Here's just one. It's like he just dropped it in. Hey, there we go. What a monster. There we go. That's fish number 4 of the day. Not bad, not bad. Having to grind it out today, but I feel like we're slowly starting to get somewhere. Also, I'm gonna get a cast over here because saw we went through like a big group or something. I don't think they were bass, but then again, who knows? Never know. Since the last time you've seen me, I've actually been out fishing a few times, but I'm gonna show you all of the gear that I use because I feel like this video is all over the place. It took me probably about 6 or 7 hours to catch 4 fish, but I started off the day with the intention of throwing an Alabama rig, which that's kind of one of those lures that can be extremely hit or miss, but I really had the feeling like it was gonna be hit just by the basis of how many fish I've seen grouped up or swiping through balls of shad. So I just figured that might be a good lure to test out, and I'll have to go back out and test it out again, but it is what it is. So first lure that we threw today was a jig. This isn't the jig rod, but this is the jig setup that I've been using. So this reel, I got a little bit of water in it. I'm gonna let y'all listen to it. Just needs a little bit of TLC, but well, of course it doesn't do it now. But Had a little squeak to it. I was gonna clean that up before I took it back out. This is a 7-foot medium heavy rod, and then this is a 7:1 gear ratio reel, 6:7:1. This one's 7:1, so not too much of a speed difference there, but I was throwing that jig, what I caught my first 2 fish on. You missed the first one, but what I caught my 2 first decent sized fish on, landed my first 2 on, was on 7-foot medium heavy Veritas PLX rod with a Abu Garcia Zeta this reel. Jerkbait combo. This doesn't have a jerkbait on it. It has a little small frit side on it, but this is a 610 Abu Garcia winch rod with the Abu Garcia STX, the 8:1-to-1 version of this. They have a 6:7-to-1 and then an 8:1-to-1. So 8:1-to-1 jerkbait gets your sight line out a little bit faster. That's just what I prefer. People do what you want. This is what I threw the frit side on at the very end of the video. This is my cranking combo. I have 2 of these. This is a Abu Garcia winch rod, 7-foot medium heavy. And then this is the Abu Garcia winch reel. Help somebody like me that likes to get that crankbait casted out and just go to crank it. That prevents me from doing that, because this is a 5:4-to-1 gear ratio reel. 5:4-to-1 gear ratio reel, Abu Garcia winch. So this is the Abu Garcia Revo Toro Beast. This is what we were throwing our A-rig on, 5:8-to-1 with a 7.6 fast heavy rod. This is kind of like big swim baits, you know, just bigger stuff. I don't want to break a 7-foot medium heavy rod, or Abu Garcia Revo Rocket spinning reel with a 7-foot medium rod. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to fish smart. Have a good day.
Chasing a bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at them flock, watching them flop. Used to see this in my sleep when I ain't had shit but my thoughts in the car. I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes.